Good morning. It is 9 o'clock. It is the second day of August 2021. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. It's my birthday, which means y'all gotta get me presents. And it's RPG A Day 2021, hashtag RPG A Day 2021. Every day for the month of August, we have these questions/prompts to take a look at, and then we can post about them and our joy of the role-playing hobby. So this year, instead of questions, we have prompts. And the prompts can be, answered any way you want. Art, story, music, whatever. So today we have a couple choices of prompts. We have voice. But I'm really not the person to tell you or give you any tips on your DM voice. We have plan. Well, plan kind of sounds like scenario, and we talked about scenarios yesterday. We have senses. Again, no. I could talk about senses and role playing, but no. And our last choice is map. So let's talk about maps. Let's talk about why we love maps. And I'm not talking about, how to make a map or how to map or funny stories about mapping. Oh, I could tell you a funny story about mapping. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story about mapping. So the trouble with maps is, how much do you show the players before they see too much? And in the old days, we didn't get to see maps. The DM would just tell us. You take a left turn. You come to a T intersection. To your right, to your left. And then we would try and keep up. But often or not, the map that we were drawing and the map that the DM had were not the same, because we have to remember the DM's left and the player's left might not be the same left depending upon which way they're facing. So the DM's left might be the player's right. So I remember one game we were playing and the DM was trying very, very hard to tell us the map, and we were mapping and it was like left, 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 left. And from my point of view, it didn't make sense because left, left, left. It's like, wait, that's just a box. And he's like looking at my map. And he's like, no, you completely got it wrong. It was left and left, then left. And it's like, yeah, that's what I did. Left, 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 left. He's like, no. And then he shows me the map. But what it was a shape, which was the part of a puzzle. But because my left and his left, I was drawing what my brain saw was left, 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 left. But on his map, left, left, left made a very specific shape to the whole map, which was part of the puzzle of the map. So, yeah, mapping, weird. Now, today we've got all sorts of things to make mapping easy. We got battle mats, and we've got 3D dioramas, and we got Legos, and we got blank maps, and we've got computers where we can just show them the map. But imagine the old days, the old days of the hobby, when we didn't have maps, when we didn't have anything more than our imagination. Or go back further, our love of maps, our love of knowing that here ends everything we know about the world. And beyond this is terra incognito. We don't know. We have to explore. We didn't have computers. We didn't have Google Maps. We didn't have anything to go on in the old days other than what the previous explorers told us. So, our ancestors would get on a boat and just go with no idea whether they were coming home or not, how long they were going to be gone. They just knew that there was lands to be explored, riches to be plundered, and adventure to be had. Looking at those old maps and seeing, beyond this point, terra incognito, here be monsters, We didn't know the trade routes. We didn't know if we'd be, entering somebody else's area. Oh, are the Spaniards going to get upset because we sailed over here? We didn't know if this land had been explored or not, before. We didn't know. The entire world for some people was what we think is an hour, an hour from here to there. But now, that's now. But then, imagine when the entire world was what you could reach within an hour of walking. That's your entire world. And for somebody to tell you, oh, we're traveling to Barcelona and it's a 10-day ride, you'd be like, the world's not that big. Imagine the love of maps, the love of exploration. The modern technology and all the new confangled thingies has sort of taken away the love of just getting on the road and exploring, or getting in a boat and exploring, or just going for a walk and exploring and not knowing what's beyond the edge of that map. Here be terra incognito. Here be monsters. That is the wonder of maps. That is the terror of maps. That is the joy of maps. The joy of exploring. The joy, as Bilbo said, be careful. Once you step on your door, you get on the road, and before you know it, the road can take you away to places you never imagined. That's gone now. We know the entire world. We have satellites and computers. We've mapped everything as far as we know. I mean, yeah, there's still some corners, but in the great age of exploration, the dark ages had come to an end. It was the age of enlightenment. It was the age of reason. It was the great age of exploration, and nobody knew what was beyond the edge of the map. Is there a way to reinstate that wonder of exploration into gaming? Is there a way to bring back that fog of war, the idea that the players, the characters have no idea what they're going to encounter once they leave town? Maps. Their art, their science, their adventure, their exploration, their interactive, their cognitive development. They're a symbol of our progress and evolution as people, as explorers, and they're what the greatest tool a DM and a player has. A map of a dungeon, a map of a city, a map of the world tells such an amazing story. But the best part of that story is when you get to the map, and then beyond that map, here be monsters. Terra incognito. The road goes ever, ever on. Maps. If you appreciate this content and want to hear more, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about this again, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs by the 50th anniversary of Dungeons & Dragons. Till then, I am your grumpy guide to all things mapping, the OGGM. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay sane, calm down. Stay on the road, and stay off my land. RPG A Day 2021 Maps.